Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Unfriended, Dark Web. Let's do it. Unfriended Dark Web is a horror film from director Steven Susco and Blumhouse Tilt. The movie stars Rebecca Rittenhouse, Betty Gabriel, Colin Woodell, Andrew Lees, Stephanie Nogueras, Savira Windyani, and Connor Del Rio. A teen comes into possession of a new laptop and soon discovers that the previous owner is not only watching him, but will also do anything to get it back. Now, I actually enjoyed the first Unfriended in spite of myself. I thought I would hate it. My buddy texted me and said, I think you might like it. And I kind of liked it. Didn't love it, but I thought it was alright. It was a fun little horror flick. You know what? I dug this one too. I actually think this one is a little bit better than the first one. Now, based on the trailers, this one did look like a carbon copy of the first one, and while it is very similar in a lot of ways, there is one big major difference in that this one is not supernatural horror at all. Now, some people are not going to like the premise of the fact that the entire movie takes place on a laptop screen. I get it. Doesn't bother me. I can see why it would bother some people. I think the acting was decent across the board, but the main character, played by Colin Woodell, I thought he was really good. He did a pretty darn good job, particularly having to do every scene in the same set. Now, this movie takes place in real time and in the real world, if you will, and for the most part it pulls that off really well. There was no score that I noticed, there were no opening credits, but there were sound effects, and I don't mean the Skype and Facebook and Apple sound effects, although there were plenty of those. I mean horror sound effects. Something freaky happens and you hear like, duh! It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. This movie is taking pains to make it feel like it's supposed to be real, and then you throw in horror sound effects? It doesn't make sense. Now, speaking of Skype and Facebook and Apple, this movie is a huge commercial for all three of those, particularly Apple. The Apple iconography is all over this flick. I will say the first act is pretty slow, but once you hit about the 30-minute mark, it really does ramp up pretty quickly. And I think it's about an hour and 28 minutes long. It's a tight little movie. But is it scary? Yeah, somewhat. I would say for me it was more tense than scary, and it does get pretty freaking tense at times. It's got a few good jumps, and it's actually pretty inventive with some of the deaths. It is by no means one of the best horror movies of the year, but I had a good time. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Unfriended Dark Web. And I think I'm going to give Unfriended Dark Web a... Well, everybody knows you're the one to call when the girls... out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen Unfriended Dark Web? What did you think about it? What is your favorite horror movie of the year so far? I'm gonna have to go either Hereditary or A Quiet Place. Those are more to my tastes. But whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.